Welcome to this week's vlog. Before we start, I just want to say huge congratulations to Petter and Jill, who did 3 times up the Alp on the Alp to Zwift on the weekend. What an incredible achievement. You know, it took me 2.5 hours to get up it once, and you guys did it 3 times. I can't remember the times. I did record some of it, so I'll put some of the footage in now. But to do that 3 times, you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes you, that's absolutely incredible. And I know the plan in a few weeks is to do it 4 times, so you're absolutely crazy. But well done for getting it done. Today, it is Wednesday. Letting you into a little secret, I did record another intro yesterday, but I've just come back to put it into the editing software, and I was tired, and it really wasn't very good. So I thought I'd better start that one again. Today, Zwift have released news that their new island, the Mercury island, or Mercury routes, are going to be released tomorrow. So it looks like there's 8 new routes, not particularly hilly, quite flat, with a mixture of gravel and just regular tarmac. So I'm looking forward to having a look around them. Probably won't be tomorrow because we have our race tomorrow night. However, I might look into changing our group ride on Saturday to one of the new routes. I just need to have a look in the routes when they come up on Zwift tomorrow, and try and, you know, pick one that might suit for a group ride. So I'm looking forward to having a look around, seeing what that's like. But we'll do that later this week. Already off to a cracking start this week. I've ridden twice already. I did Monday night when I jumped on and did a ride with Dax Diesel. 45 minutes, and I was about 20 odd minutes in, and I thought, do you know what, I'm putting in a lot of effort here to keep going, and I realised that I hadn't changed back from the gravel bike from the group ride on Saturday. So I'd done the first 20 or so minutes on the wrong bike, so I quickly stopped, changed bike, and then had to bust a gut to catch back up again. But then I could sit in with the group quite well. The aim of these rides is for me to stick sort of a zone 2, blue zone, bit of grey, maybe a bit of green zone throughout the ride, just to increase endurance. So yeah, that didn't quite go to plan. So I jumped to get on again yesterday and did an hour and a half. The start of that was with Dax, and again I checked that I had the right bike this time, but I just found that there were moments that I was putting out more effort than I wanted to. If you take your eye off the ball for any length of time, you can quickly lose the draft. And I just used the opportunity to watch some Netflix or something similar. And I found that if I took my eye off the ball slightly, you have to bust a gut to get back on, because there's a big group all within the draft. And specifically when you push up hills, I found myself off the front slightly. And when it goes through the S's on Watopia, it obviously goes back down again. And I found myself getting split from the group, and then the little bar thing comes up saying, let Dax catch up. And so to fall back within the band that you need to be in to keep the counter going, the drop multiplier, you kind of have to stop pedaling. Otherwise, he doesn't catch up quick enough. So I stopped pedaling, and then I kept timing it wrong to catch back onto the group to carry on again once he caught up, and was finding I was having to put red zone efforts in just to catch up with him, to get back within the band to start earning the drops. And I just thought that wasn't really what the ride was intended to be. So I jumped off. I just let myself fall off the back and just carried on myself and kept a nice steady blue line for the majority of the rest of the ride, which is kind of what I wanted from that ride. So awesome to get another hour and a half in under my belt, and 65, 66 kilometers I think already this week, which is an awesome start. Well ahead of where I normally am. And then we've got the race on Thursday, which we're riding around the Duchy Estate in Yorkshire. I've ridden that just to tick off the route badge, and I think it's going to be very interesting. It's only a 3 kilometre lap, I think. So we're going to go around 6 times. And I'm going to be interested in how many times can the A cat and B cat lap me. But I'm quite looking forward to doing a slightly different route for a race, which should be good. And then we were supposed to be riding in London on the London Flat, but I think we'll change that to one of the other group rides, the other routes in the new world, which we will, pick probably tomorrow or Friday before. But I need to pick quick to get the invites out. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the start of this week. I think it should lead into a nice large number of kilometres this week, and get those endurance rides under my belt, which would be good. So, yeah, positive start to the week. And tomorrow I will see you before the race. Hopefully not in too much of a rush. I'm working from home tomorrow, so it's not going to be a rush to get back from work, but just depends on what time I finish and log off. But we shall see. But I will see you then. It's race day. It is Thursday, and I've already been on the bike today. I jumped on at lunchtime because I couldn't resist jumping on and having a go in the new world, the Mercury world. And do you know what? First impressions is I like it. It's nice. It's flat, pretty flat, but it's got some nice winding roads, just some lovely scenery and stuff. So I think that could be a good addition. And my understanding is that it will be added to. Clearly, there's no climbs in it yet, which I think will be coming in time for the Olympics and stuff. But if you want to watch that in full, then there's a YouTube video already on the channel, which is just that ride that I did. I can't even remember the name of the route, but it's the long one that went around the outside through a couple of villages, just ticking all the scenery. Haven't yet ridden in the slightly more hilly sections, which I understand are the more gravelly sections as well. So that's still on the list to do. Which obviously I'll do at a later date. But now the mind must focus on the race. I don't know how my legs are going to cope with this. I've done over 80 kilometres already this week. Hopefully I'll still be raring to go. Been a long time since I've done 2 rides in one day. I didn't push myself hard at lunchtime at all, but it's still moving the old legs, so we'll see how we do. But it's time for me to go and get ready, and I'll meet you on the bike.
Right, we're going in at 10 seconds. A few of us here. This is a new route, can't remember what it is, but first aim is to keep up with everybody in the DCAT who goes first. That's my main aim. Let's see how we get on. Right, so I did what I could to catch up and stay with this front group. Just going to hit this little climb now, which I would imagine will break us up maybe a little bit. We'll have to see. The seas will already be chasing us now. You see I'm already dropping back slightly here. This is going to be my problem in this one. Right, with 2 guys that went out the front, we've caught. I'm really sorry I didn't see who it was. I think mine might have been a Bullymore. We caught them up. I had to push a little bit to catch the group up after the climb. Now we're going to come around and do it all again. It's going to feel a bit relentless, this one, I think. Oh. I can already feel this week's ride in my legs. I don't feel fresh at all. You can see the damage that last climb has done. The group's now 20 seconds in front well ahead of me. I've got D Howarth 10 seconds behind, and then the C's 20 seconds back. C Waring, S Greaves, and S Liddell, with B Cat coming behind. C White and J Bushell 35 seconds back. I'm clearly not going to be able to keep up with the front group on this raid. Well, the fact they've already gone, but just wondering whether the group will split anymore. Well, we keep going, come on. Just coming around to go back up that hill again. Got a couple of the guys still ahead. B-Cat catching now. And literally 5 seconds behind, so they'll be gone in a sec, along with the C's. Look like they're together. Eric's 14 seconds back. Oh, I'm going to have to take this lap a little bit easier because I can't carry on at this pace. My legs haven't got it tonight. Just take an easier ride up here, see if I can save some for later. There goes the B's. C White, J Bushell. S C Waring, S Greaves, S Liddell, C Cat, and now Eric. So that goes the higher categories already caught and gone. And the majority of D's are at the top of this hill, pulling out distance in front, so fair play. So I've got M Pierce just about to catch and overtake, and D Howarth caught up I can't remember what the distance was, 15 seconds. And then Aloyd is 48 seconds back, and that last lap, I know it's not a full lap, but I've definitely eased it off a bit, but I still got nothing. I'm really feeling those 80 kilometers in my legs. I try to push and I just can't do it for a prolonged length of time. Just legs are tired. I feel tired. And there goes M Pierce. I've got to do that climb again. I don't even know how many times we've gone round now. We've got to do this a few more times yet. Right, just coming around to finish another lap. 8.5 kilometres left to go. Let's have a look forward. See, my race is done. See who's further up the field. So, got the C Cat out the front. S Greaves with M Hyde is the D Cat. S Liddell, C Waring, A Bullimore, C Ritchie, C Clegg, C Liddell, A Evans, and B Dark. A good chunk of D-Cat riders there. Well done, guys. And we go back. These guys ahead. I think we've got a couple of people ahead. Eric, and then Chris, White, Jay Bushell together. And then back to that little group you're looking at. We're a minute behind. And then I can't get back to the others because they're still on the other part of the course. Let's go back to me. There goes Eric, he's lapped me now. What did that take him to do? 2 laps in the time it took me to do 1. Fair play. Two more laps to go then. Chris and John passed me, trying to catch up with Eric. So I've been lapped by those guys as well. I think the nearest person to me on the road is A. Lloyd in the race. I mean, 1 minute 15 back. I put a bit of a burst in up that hill this time round. I seem to have the legs for a minute. But I'm wondering if Eric will come round and lap me again. In fact, saying that, Eric isn't far away from the finish line. See if we can watch the end of the race. Just going past our Dalton there. He's doing it on a TT bike. Probably a good idea if you're on your own, I guess. Coming up on the next DCAT riders on the road, B Dark, C Clegg, C Little, A Evans, all together still. How far back? C White 40 seconds back, Jay Bushell. So I think Eric's got this one in the bag. Finish line's a bit earlier than we were expecting though, so Eric's finished just before that corner. Well done, mate. Let's get everything sorted itself out again. Looks like Chris White was going to be the next one over the line. I can't jump forward because I'm around the wrong area of the course. So I think X Greaves will be the next one over the line. And then to this C-Cat, S Little, C Waring group next. Let's watch them. So C Waring put a bit of a push in to just make a gap between him and S Little. And he's 20 seconds back to M Hyde. N Slevin. And see Richie all together back there. Let's go back and see those guys. Noel's put a bit of a hammer down there, trying to bridge a gap out front. It's difficult to see when you can't see the finish line. Looks like Steve Ritchie is getting to the end. Next one back on the road, 30 seconds back, is A. Bullimore, just coming up that hill for the last time. Nearest people to him is C. Clegg, A. Evans, C. Little. Let's drop back to them before we get kicked out of the event. A little climb up this hill Let's see who's got it in them to push to win out of these three. Be Dark 10 seconds back. C Little goes for it. 5.7 watts per kilogram. Following by C Clegg, 8 watts per kilogram. It's a shame he can't see the line. 8.2. Is he going to catch him? He does. Beats to the line by the looks of it. Great racing, guys. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go back to me. Finish this off. Right up that hill again on my own for the last time. There you go, over the line. Oh man. What a race. Oh. That's just got echoes of that race we did up the Champs-Elysees. Those long climbs. Because I lose the back of the draft, I'm spent, I'm done. Oh, that was hard. I didn't feel particularly strong tonight. Low average watts. I definitely feel the riding from earlier in the week in my legs. Just recover for a bit, and then we'll have a look at the final results. Okay, let's have a look at the final results then. So Eric comes back this week and wins with a 40-second time gap. Great racing, Eric. Then C White, J Bushell, B Cat. 10-second gap between the two of them by the end, but they were with each other for quite a long while, I think. Fourth, S Grieve, C Cat. 34 minutes 29. 10 seconds behind that is C Waring, C Cat. Then S Little in 6th. Noel Slevin, 7th. C Ritchie in 8th, the first D Cat rider. 2.6 watts per kilogram. Probably on the verge of an upgrade there. M Hyde, 35 minutes 19, 2.8 watts per kilogram. That's upgrade territory. Oh, Amy Bullimore, first ride with us this week, 2.5 watts per kilogram, 36.07. Then C Clegg, C Little, and A Evans, all coming over in quite a similar time. We saw that little sprint towards the end. B Dark, 37.21 in 14th. R Dalton, about 25 seconds back from that. M Pierce, I think riding in the C-Cat for the first time tonight. Awesome job giving it a go. Finishing 16th. D Howarth caught me and overtook. Finished a minute ahead of me in the end in 17th. Then PRCC, who was just riding as a bit of a help today. And then A Lloyd coming in just behind. Sorry, I lost my breath a bit there. Another great race. I like to mix these up, doing different things every week. Sometimes they suit certain people and sometimes they don't. These ones like this just don't suit me. If I can stay with a draft for any length of time, then I have a bit of hope. But yeah, those long climbs just don't help me at all. But I definitely had the 80k I've done so far this week in my legs, without a doubt. And you can see that in my, average watts. Not as high as what they have been in before. But cracking job, everyone. Great race. I'm going to go and have a shower, get my dinner, and then we'll do a catch-up afterwards.
Not my finest race then, but still a good ride out on the bike. Some good racing elsewhere in the group, and I just didn't have it in the legs tonight. I've done quite a few kilometres already this week, for me anyway. That was my 4th time on the bike already, and normally it's usually only about my 2nd. and I just didn't have it in the power. I knew quite early on when I tried to push a bit that the legs were just tired. I had nothing there, and the second climb up that little rampy hill, when I lost the group and was out the back of the draft, it was game over for me at that point. But there was some great racing going on out there. It gave me the chance to catch up with some of the rest of the race, which when sometimes I'm fighting with somebody, I'm all in and I can't look around. So it was good to see some of the others come across the line. And there were a lot of people who are very close to category limits, I think. So give it a go. If you're close to that limit or have been for the last few races, give it a go at stepping up to the next category. If you're not sure what they are, have a look on the Facebook group. Andy Creer put a great post up just about what those category limits are. And I know there are a couple of people today who raced in the next category up. And I'm sure it was a bit of a slog. Hopefully it was a rewarding slog. And in the long term, hopefully that'll lead to its rewards. As I've said before, I can't wait to step up. That's the aim of me. That's the aim of the channel. Target 2.5 is to get to 2.5 watts per kilogram to get up to the next to the CCAT. So I see it as a bit of a badge of honour when you get up to the next level. That being said, next week categories don't mean anything. We're into our handicap race, and we'll all adjust our weight so that our weight divided by our FTP is 2.5 watts per kilogram. Then that should level the playing field. It did last time. It was a great race. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I'm looking forward to this one too. So sign up for that one. All the links will be in the description below. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what course. We did a relatively flat course last time, and it might be interesting to do this one on a slightly more hilly course just to see what the weight difference is, how much they change the race outcome. But I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, good race tonight. Again, not a great race from my point of view, but I'm now over 100 kilometres for the week already, and we've still got the group ride on Saturday. Tomorrow, complete rest day for me. I'm going to try my hardest not to want to jump on and do another route of the new island. Hopefully I can. I wasn't supposed to do it today, but I got to lunchtime and thought, I want to go on and have a look, so I did. So I'm trying to prevent myself from being tempted to have a look at some of the others. And I know some of the other group members have been on various routes around there, and the more gravelly. Although I'm led to believe they're not like the full gravel, they're sort of more dirt tracks, but they're quite good. So I am looking forward to having a look, but I'm going to try and stay off the bike tomorrow. So the next time I'll be with you will be for the group ride on Saturday. I'll see you then. Morning. It's Saturday morning, which means it is group ride time. The weather today continues to be miserable and horrible. We've been living in feels like a wind tunnel for the last couple of days. The wind has just been blowing constantly. The wind has died down today, but we've still got the drizzly, miserable rubbish. And considering we're nearly at the end of May, it's supposed to be the summer, but that's not happening, is it? And I think we're quite a little bit lower on numbers today for the group ride. Obviously, people doing their non-Zwift stuff during the summertime. So, yeah, but I'm still looking forward to having a catch up with some of the guys and just getting a nice steady ride into the legs again. So I'm going to get changed, get on the bike and do that. And I will see you after. Group ride done then. Just a few of us this week, but we had some great chat on Discord, just talking about cycling things and other things in general. And I quite like that course. It's just a nice flat route around London. Tried to keep it in the blue zone for as much as I could this week. Again, trying to keep those zone 2 rides going and clock up the miles that way if I can. So a nice casual Saturday morning ride. I did have a bit of a problem though. About 45 minutes in, my ANT Plus dongle thing lost connection to my trainer. I couldn't work out what was causing it. I jumped off, tried to reconnect, and it just wouldn't see the trainer again. The sun's coming through the window again now, isn't it? It's not even that nice outside. How weird. But it just wouldn't. I couldn't see the trainer, so I jumped off and I changed the connection. I've basically got a USB extender that I've put on the other side of the room so I can record directly from my camera. And it was in a USB 3 port. And someone suggested on the Discord chat, I forget who that was, it might have been Stuart, apologies, I can't remember, but to move it to a USB 2 port, which is what I did, and then it picked it up again straight away. So, bit of a weird one, and I've been riding that for about 2 weeks now and not had that issue. So, bit of a strange one to come up there and then, but guess it's just another thing to work around. But so yeah, I jumped on. I did finish the hour. Lost a couple of minutes in the middle, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump over to Mercury Island, have another bit of a tick off of a route up there, and I did the Sea to Tree course, which is a bit of a climb up a dusty road up to a tree, funnily enough. And what I'm really loving that island. It's really growing on me. It's just so beautiful, and the little roads that you take up to the top. You know, there's no barriers either side. It's almost like you're riding through fields up to the top of a hill, and then you get to the top, and there's some, I guess, are they temples or buildings at the top, and bridges, wooden bridges to go over, and then you can get to this huge big tree at the top. You cycle, I think you cycle through it actually, and tick off that climb. So I did another 10k just doing that one. Took, I guess, about 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm just guessing off the top of my head, because I came down the other side and then went off into the little town that's at the bottom, the village at the bottom, and then did a few different turns and ended up going down the winding route that goes through that little village. And it's a lovely route. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm not quite sure. You know, Zwift haven't allowed meetups or races or stuff on that world yet. But I'm not quite sure how some of those roads are going to handle having hundreds of riders, because they're very narrow and very windy. And you can cycle, a lot of them you can cycle both ways. So I don't quite know how it's going to handle so many riders as you would get in Watopia on a ride, or any of the other worlds. So it's going to be interesting to see when and how they open that up. But yeah, that island's really starting to grow on me. I really like it. I'm looking forward to ticking some of the other ones off. So yeah, good group ride. Another ride ticked off this week. So in terms of rides, so we've done 142 kilometers this week, which is my second highest since coming back to the bike in January. So I'm pleased to tick the distances off. I did really feel that in my legs though on the race on Thursday night. And Thursday was the first time I'd done 2 rides in one day for a very, very long time. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the amount of cycling and the distance in my legs this week. Slightly disappointed with my performance on the race on Thursday night. But yeah, so Monday was 23 kilometres. Tuesday was another 43 kilometres, an hour and a half I think I was on doing that one. Then I jumped on at lunchtime, got 14 kilometres doing just doing the new route. You would hopefully have seen the video. Race on Thursday night was 20, and then today I did 30, just over 30 in London, and another 10 over back on Mercury Island. So awesome week, 140 odd kilometres done. Not as much climbing this week, because obviously not gone up the Alp, which I've done in previous weeks, but I'm really happy with the length of time I've been on the bike. And it was a discussion we had on Discord actually, how previously I've been very much focused on when I'm on the bike, I've got to push as hard as I can, and I've never really considered those slower, consistent rides in Zone 2. And I know I've been talking about them for the last couple of weeks, but they also make me want to jump on the bike. I know that I'm not going to be going all out every ride. I can jump on, put some music on, or put something on Netflix and just have a casual ride around. Is giving me that impetus to get on, and I had to hold myself back on Friday from getting on and doing another ride because I think it would have been a bit too much. So on the cycling front, I've got something in my eye. On the cycling front, really positive week this week. I'm really happy with it. On the weight loss front though, I'm really disappointed. I've put a pound on, and I've really put an effort into just cutting out all the rubbish. I don't know why. Maybe it's the amount of cycling, I'm carrying more water, but I would have thought being this far into it, that wouldn't be an issue now. So if anyone's got any ideas, please do let me know down below. Maybe my body's just, I have unknowingly eaten more or subconsciously eaten more because of the amount of cycling I've done. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit down about it. So I'm going to try and do something about that next week. Don't quite know what yet. I might even do a week of just calorie counting just to see what I'm taking in versus what my body is burning. Because as you know, I've just been taking the vegan diet. I have cut rubbish out. I don't add sugar to things anymore. To coffee, I've cut out the chocolate. I haven't eaten anything chocolate since the last time we saw, since about a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed by it. But on the flip side, I had to do my belt up another notch today when I put my trousers on. So I'm totally confused by it, if I'm honest. Yeah, any ideas, stick them in the comments below and maybe they'll trigger something in my brain to think about. But on to next week. So we've got the group ride on Thursday night, and this Thursday's group race is our handicap race. So sign up in the usual places, and this is the one where we change weight so that your weight divided by your FTP equals 2.5, so that everyone goes on the same watts per kilogram average. Going to pick a slightly hillier course. Haven't chosen that yet, but I think it will be another fascinating race as it was last time. So get signed up for that one, definitely. And then the group ride on Saturday. That'll just be a nice casual ride round somewhere on a chosen course. But then we ride Sunday, and Sunday is another one of our big rides. It's the last Sunday of the month, and we're doing the London Pretzel, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, a slightly different challenge to doing the Alp. Hopefully not quite as long as doing the Alp, but that will be done banded. So get signed up for that one as well. It's a chance to tick a brute off on a banded ride, which hopefully will have some of the stronger riders along, pulling us along, making things a bit easier. So I'm looking forward to next week. It's going to be a good number of kilometres again. I'll jump on during the week and just try and tick some more new island routes off. But aside from the weight situation, I feel really positive this week. So ending on a high. Another massive thank you to all the channel members and everybody else who's done a one-off contribution on Buy Me a Coffee this week. If you want to do that again, link is down below, and you'll see the pop-up at the end of the video, just showing you who those channel members are. But aside from that, good week for me. If you enjoyed this week's video, please do hit the like button, subscribe, comment below and all of that sort of stuff. And thank you very much for watching. Welcome to this week's vlog. Before we start this week, I just want to say a huge it's race day. It is to have a go in the new world. Forgotten the name of it. That's good, isn't it? The more hilly rides. Handicap race where we will all adjust our weights so that we're all going at a FTP. Handicap race so that we will all adjust our weights to make sure that we all handicap race so that we will adjust our by our weight. No. Oh. It's Saturday morning, so it is time for the group ride.